Hi, this is Steve. I'm going to explain to you the different parts of Medicare and what you need to know to get started. So basically, once you turn 65 on the month of your birthday, you'll qualify for Medicare Part A and B on the first of the month. For example, if you turn 65 on the month of April 5th, you'll be eligible for Medicare on April 1st. It's always first of the month. And if you're born on November 29th, it's November 1st. It's always first of the month. And in order to get Medicare Part A and B and to get cheaper health insurance, you need to apply for your Medicare A and B card. There are three ways in which you can do this. You can go online, you can call them, and you go in person. Everyone tells me, all my clients tell me, the online method is the best, so try that. Literally, they are backed up and usually an hour wait on this stuff. And when you apply, what you're going to see is the card. You can apply for 3 months ahead of schedule. So if you're born on July 17th, you can start 3 months ahead. So April 1st of that year, you can apply for Medicare. So Medicare, when you're dealing with Medicare, there are parts of Medicare, which is A, B, C, and D. If you hear plans, that has to deal with insurance. We're not going to talk about that just yet, okay? But you do qualify for Part A. What happens with Part A? When you hear parts, that has to do with Medicare. There's Part A, B, C, and D. When you hear plans, that has to do with insurance. We're not dealing with that right now. So when you hear Part A, in general, that's talking about hospital coverage. All your things in hospital, nursing facilities, hospice care, and home health care. And basically, all those years you've been working and paying for Medicare or FICA or self-employment tax, you've been paying for everyone else's Part A who's over 65 years old. Now, you're on the receiving end of that tax, and now you get a benefit you've been paying out for everyone else. Part B deals with medical insurance, medical expenses. Things like doctors, specialists, outpatient facility, home health care, medical equipment, and preventive care. Lab work, MRIs, CAT scan, outpatient surgery, ambulance, all that stuff, emergency rooms. And the government's going to pay you for this. I'll get into it in the second video in a little more detail. But the base rate is $144 a month. But if you make more money, so 5 to 10% of you make more money when you're retired, you're going to pay more money. Okay? That's just the way it is. Part C has to do with, they're also called Medicare Advantage programs. So depending upon your county, for example, in San Francisco, you'll have access to quite a few choices because the population allows it to, and you'll have choice of Kaiser, of AARP Senior Advantage programs. You'll have access to SCAN, to HealthNet, and a bunch of other players that want your business. But basically, in our neck of the woods in the Bay Area, they're all HMO plans. And you basically have to use their network of doctors. So for example, you're in Kaiser, you have to stay with Kaiser doctors. You can't go outside of the Kaiser system. Ditto for you're dealing with HealthNet, you'll probably choose from the local medical group. In San Francisco, you're dealing with CPMC medical groups. You're dealing with Hill Physician for the UC medical people. You have to stay within those network choices. Otherwise, they won't cover anything. So if you're into choice, this might not be a good option for you. You don't have as much flexibility in choosing things. In general, Part C refers to Medicare Advantage programs, which are Medicare Senior HMO plans. And basically, it's private insurance partnerships with the government. And what happens is the government's giving them a chunk of money. For example, they give it to Kaiser. Kaiser, on the other hand, sells them, markets them, and they're saying, hey, come work with us, and we'll provide a program with co-pays for this, co-pays for that, co-pays for hospital, and you'll pay $4,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 out of pocket if you do use it. That's your worst case out of pocket. You're on the hook for some liability, and if you're okay with Kaiser Doc, that's perfect. But as long as you know that. So the other thing that I run across is if you join a Medicare Advantage program, and let's say 5 years from now, you want to go to some doctor on the East Coast, or you're with Kaiser, you want to go to UC Medical or whatever. You don't have that option unless you're healthy. And usually people who want to change are usually sick. So it's an important decision to make at this point in time. The Medicare supplement plans that give you the most flexibility, they don't have to take you if you're sick. If you take a Medicare supplement in the first 6 months, you're automatically covered, no questions asked. But after that, they don't have to take you if you have some health problems. So remember that. This is an important thing to remember. Medicare Part D has to do with medication. Now, we don't sell these things, but we'll make a video for you so you can do it on your own. Currently in 2020, there's 32 medication plans that are available to you. It was started in 2006. It was George W. Bush Jr.'s pet project. And he wanted to make sure that seniors had a way of paying for medications. Before 2006, you were on your own, and you had to beg, borrow, steal if you got prescribed a really expensive drug. So we'll do a third video on this, okay? So first video is this one. Second video just gives you a quick overview of Part A, B, C, and D. And the third video will deal with Medicare.gov and how you can go into the website and figure out what program you should buy. We don't sell it, but we can show you how to access it. And basically, in 2020, a new part of the program is that you can actually sign in and create an account. It'll keep track of your medication list, and with a click of a button, you can choose to enroll in a plan. Much easier than the hour-long phone call that I've been told it takes for you to call in and sign up and move from plan to plan. Don't forget, open enrollment for drug programs is between October 15th and December the 7th. So every year you can do this and change your plan around for the next January 1st. Okay? So look for my next couple videos.